Here's an easy way to remember all the keys and the accidentals that go with them. We will use a piano to visualize, but you can also use your own instrument like a guitar or a bass, as long as you know where all the notes are. Because on the piano it's easy to visualize that there's one group of 2 accidentals and one group of 3 accidentals, which is sharps or flats. We call that accidentals. And in C major, of course, there are none of them. You only get the whole notes. None of those sharps and flats. You may have heard of the circle of fifths. So if we use the fifth of C, we go to G, and in G major then we have 1 sharp. Okay, which one that is? It's the major 7 of the chord that you are now in. So if you have a G major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, major 7, that's the first sharp. And then if you go to the next key, it's D major, and then the one we add is a C sharp. So that's the second accidental. So as you saw, we started on the group of 3 down here, and then we moved to the group of 2, and we added this one. That pattern keeps repeating. So then in A major, you get this, the G sharp, and then in E major, you get this, the D sharp. And then for 5 sharps, you can even have B major, and then this is the last one. Not really, because you can also still go to F sharp major, and then this is the last one. That's an E sharp, but you won't see it very often. But that's the easy way to remember. You start at the group of 3, then you go to the group of 2, and then you keep repeating that pattern. Easy enough. If you go down, so from C down to F major, there's 1 flat, the B flat. And then if you go down another fifth into B flat, then the next accidental is the E flat. You can already see the pattern emerging, hopefully, because then if you go down again, you add the A flat, then the D flat, then the G flat. So you start on the group of 3 again, but now you move from the top, and then to this group, to this one, to this one, and to this one. And then you can end with the C flat. You also won't use that very often. But that's the easy way to remember. And then if you want to go the other way, so you have a key and you want to know what the accidentals are that go with it. In the sharp keys, it's really easy, because the note that's added is always the major 7 of the key that you're in, let's say. So if you go to G major, then the G is the octave, and then the major 7 is right in front, and then that's the one that we added. If you go, for instance, to A major, then the major 7 is, of course, right, the G sharp. Very good. And then because you've already had the G sharp, then you know that we had first the low one, then this one, and then this one. So that's 3 sharps. Cool. And then you know where you're at and what exactly to play. Remembering the flats is a little bit more difficult, but not much. Because if we go down 1 key from C to F major, then the first black key from the group of 3, that's what we're adding. And it's the 4th of the key we're now in. Because the perfect 4th on F major, that's a B flat. And we can check if this holds true always. Let's go 1 key further to B flat major, and then the 4th is an E flat. Yeah, so that's the next black key that we're adding. So we have 2 now. Also, you can go the other way and say, for instance, E flat major. How many flats do we have? Let's see, E flat, then the 4th is this one, the A flat. And if we start at here, we have 1, 2, and that's the 3rd one. So that's 3 flats. Great. Hopefully that clears everything up a bit, and this will never confuse you again.